welcome to the Asia section of the Geotastic No Labels, No Borders tutorial. We're going to be taking a look at 51 flags and countries and learn a little bit more of this beautiful continent where we have the highest population among all the other continents. So let's start learning a little bit more and expand our geographical knowledge. To kick off our Asian journey, we have Cyprus. So for the flag, we have the white field. Here on the center, we have the outline of the country's territory, which is an island. And here below the outline, we have two olive branches. So pretty unique flag, I would say, because we have the map of the country here with the white field and the olive branches. We don't have a flag that looks similar to this. So as we learned, the country is an island and it's this one here. So clicking here, it's gonna get us Cyprus, nice and easy. And I have to give you guys some heads up here. We actually have a little portion of British territory here for counting for the United Kingdom. So if we click around this region here south of the island, we might get United Kingdom. It's kind of hard to hit, but I have to give you guys the warning. And also on this side here, also south of the country, we also have a little bit of portion of UK territory. So when you're gonna click it, focus on hitting the middle of or the north of the country here, of the island, to avoid any misclicks on the UK region. So let's guess here. There we go, we got it. And this here is the portion of UK territory on this side and here on the other side as well. So avoid hitting this south part of the coast. You can actually see the border here. Here it says Cyprus and United Kingdom. So yeah, this portion here is gonna get you United Kingdom and not Cyprus. So focus on clicking on the middle of the island and leaning more towards the north. Next we have Lebanon, and for the flag we have a horizontal tri-band with red, white and red again, with the white band being larger than the red ones. And here on the center we have the Lebanese cedar tree on green. So just remember that this pattern here with the green tree, and it's pretty recognizable. So for clicking on Lebanon, we're going to be focusing our attention here on this coast of the Mediterranean. We have this green portion here, this little triangle kind of. It marks the border between Lebanon and Israel here on the south. So all we have to do is click on the north portion of this green area here, this green triangle. And of course stay close to the coast, because Lebanon is not a big country. We don't have barely any extinction here into the continent. So it's important to stay near to the coast. Okay, so north of the green section here is Lebanon. So let's guess. There we go, we got it. We actually hit the kind of middle of the country below the capital here. We have a little bit more of the country here, but for me I rather stay close to the main reference here, which is the green portion, to avoid misclicking on other countries. So south of Lebanon we have Israel, and for the flag we got the famous Star of David here between these two blue stripes, and the background is white. It's a very well-known flag, the Star of David, and the colors, etc. So for clicking on Israel, like I said, it's south of Lebanon. So we learned that this green region here marks the border between the two countries. So you could actually click south of this green region and you will hit Israel. But for me personally, I like to click around here, which we actually have more space to click, so it's safer from any misclicks and such. And just be aware, because we have Palestine around here, So we have Gaza on this curve here. So of course Gaza counts for Palestine, and also up left of the Dead Sea, it's also Palestine. So avoid clicking around the Dead Sea here, and also on this curve because it's Gaza. So just locate this gulf here on the Red Sea and click kind of north of it, but leaning more towards the left, maybe because right here it's already other country that we're gonna see later. So yeah, just focus on clicking in north of this gulf here of the Red Sea, and let's guess here. There we go. See, I almost missed, but it's okay. We have plenty of room here. Maybe just click more north and it's gonna be alright. And also that south of the green region that I said on the beginning, it's also nice to click. And then we got Palestine here and here, so avoid this region, and also don't click on this coastal line here. So my recommendation is it's better to click here on this south region, and this north region is also a nice place to click for Israel. Next we have Palestine flag. So Palestine has a black, white and green stripe with the red triangle on the left, and that's all. No symbols, no crests, nothing, just simply as that. You might confuse this with Sudan flag in Africa, but just focus on the triangle color. That's the process I have on my head to put them apart. Just focus on the triangle color. Palestine is red and Sudan is green. So let's see how to click Palestine. So basically every warning that I gave previously for Israel, we're gonna use it to click Palestine. So I warned you about Gaza, so we can click here for hitting Palestine. The game currently doesn't accept much clicking into the ocean here, so basically you're gonna have to hit the land perfectly. So yeah, focus on clicking around here on this curve, this edge, to get Gaza. See, I'm clicking here, and it's very close, but no pin has been placed, so you need to get a click on the land itself. Okay, and also as we saw previously, here is also Palestine left of this lake, which is the Dead Sea. So clicking left of the lake and focusing on clicking left and up, okay? Because left and south down, it's gonna be Israel. So yeah, I like to click here because it's the main part. It's bigger and it's easier to click. Here in Gaza, it's great, but like I said, it's kind of complicated. You have to hit the land perfectly, and it's a small area. If you go too much to the south here, you're gonna hit Israel, and it doesn't accept clicking too much into the ocean, so it's kind of complicated. And here is a much safer click. So yeah, focus on clicking left of the Dead Sea and kinda up. So let's finish our guess. And there you go. See, if you click left and south, it's gonna hit Israel. And focus on click left and up, because right, left, it's doesn't have much area here. And so yeah, this region is the biggest one, and here is Gaza. It's very small area, very easy to misclick down here, and Israel, and doesn't accept clicking much into the ocean. So that's Palestine. Next we have Syria. For the flag we have a horizontal triband with red, white and black, and on the white band we have two 5-pointed green stars. Okay, so for clicking on Syria, we're gonna be focusing our attention around here. As you can see, we have a lake here, and this lake belongs to Syria territory. Okay, we have these green spots here, and they belong to Turkey. So if you click around here, you're gonna hit Turkey. So my advice is clicking on the lake or south of the lake. We don't have much of the country north of the lake, so you need to click south to avoid any misclicks. We have a little bit of coast here belonging to Syria, but it's not too big because we have a little bit of Turkey coast here still, and we learned that Lebanon is here. So the coast of Syria, I think it's not a safe place to click. Okay. Also, we have some extension of Syria around here. So east of this green region here is gonna be Syria, but the safest place to click is on the lake or right below it, and you're gonna be basically hitting the middle of Syria. So let's guess here. There it is. As I said, we don't have too much territory of the country north of the lake, especially from the standard zoom. Of course, we on the approaching the country, we can see that we have a nice room here, but from afar we don't have much. So yeah, clicking on the lake or south of it, and as I said, that leg here extension of the country east from this green section, but the safest place is on the lake or right below it. Next we have Iraq, and for the flag is the same pattern as the Syria flag. We have the horizontal tri-band with red, white and black, but here on the Iraq flag we have this Arabic written here in green that says God is the greatest. So just remember, for Syria we have the 2 stars, and for Iraq we have the Arabic saying. Okay, so for clicking on Iraq, we have a pretty good reference here because all of these lakes here belongs to Iraq territory. So clicking everywhere here on this extension will get us Iraq. The country is kind of big, so we have more extension around here, around the lakes. But my advice is clicking on the lakes to avoid any misclicks, because the lakes are actually kind of on the middle of the country, not near the borders. So it's safe to click on the lakes for Iraq. So let's guess here. There it is. As I said, the lakes is in the middle of are in the middle of the country, so it's pretty hard to misclick if you focus on hitting here on the center. Of course, we have more of the country around here. It has some extension to the north, but our main reference is clicking here on the middle among the lakes. So now we got Jordan. The Jordan flag is basically the Palestine flag with the star on the red triangle. Also, the triangle is kind of bigger. It goes like, I think this is almost the middle, the center of the flag. So that's the 2 main differences. The stripe order is the same, the black, white and green. And the triangle is bigger, and we have the star. So to click in Jordan, we're gonna focus our attention east of the Dead Sea. So clicking east of the Dead Sea is gonna get us Jordan. You can also focus the attention on this upper section here of the Red Sea. Clicking around here, we saw that for Israel we click north of here, north of this tip of the Dead Sea, not the Dead Sea, Red Sea, and for Jordan is just a little bit to the right, and we also gonna get it. So yeah, I use these 2 references, the Dead Sea, right of the Dead Sea, and also this upper right corner here from coming out of the Red Sea. So let's guess. There we go. See, right of the Dead Sea, we're gonna get it easily, and up and right of this tip of the Red Sea, it's also gonna get it. We of course we got a little more to the country here, but we actually don't have much references to click around here, so the safest guess is clicking near the seas that we just saw, just learned, and that's it for Jordan. So next we have Kuwait, and for the flag we have the horizontal triband with green, white, and red, and here on the left we have a black trapezium. This flag can be mixed with the United Arab Emirates one because kinda has the same color scheme, but for that flag, which we're gonna see next, it's gonna be a straight line red here, and the black is here, and so it's not a trapezium. Just remember for the Kuwait flag, it's the black trapezium, and you should be fine. So for clicking on Kuwait, it's not a big country, so our attention is going to be focused around here. So just click right on this curve here and you will be fine. The country goes a little bit into the continent here, but I advise you to click on the coast because it's safer. You actually don't have much references around here to know the borders. So let's guess here. There we go. So it's it's safer to click on the coast. We have a little bit of territory here, but again, just click on near the coast, and on this curve here, don't go north because it's not the country, it's Iran and Iraq. So yeah, just focus on clicking near the coast and on the curve, and it's gonna be alright. This is the UAE flag, United Arab Emirates. It has that color pattern very common in this region that we're looking. Green, white and black stripes with this big red on the left. Not to be confused with the Kuwait one that we saw earlier. We saw that the Kuwait has the trapezium and it's actually black, and here we have a straight piece and it's red. So let's find UAE. So our attention is going to be focused here. So all of this north coast here is UAE, and we have a little bit of space to click on the continent as well. Be aware of clicking around here because this section here is already Oman, which is here. So click or on the coast. It accepts clicking kind of far from the continent. So clicking maybe here or on the land itself, it's gonna get us UAE. So let's guess. See, we have basically all the coast except of this tiny part here because this is Oman territory, and also don't click around here because it's already Oman. So that's it for UAE. Next we have Saudi Arabia, and for the flag we have the green field with this Arabic inscription here and a sword here below the Arabic inscription. Pretty unique flag. We have no stripes, no bands, whatever. So yeah, just remember the green field, the Arabic inscription, and the sword. You're gonna recognize it right away. Okay. So Saudi Arabia is the biggest country here on the Arabic Peninsula. So we learned how to click on the countries up here. For Saudi Arabia, we don't have much references, but since it's the biggest one, we have a lot of room to work with. So basically, all of this region here where I'm clicking is gonna get me Saudi Arabia. I advise you guys not to click here on this north section because the border here is not straight, it's kinda diagonal here. We just learned that Kuwait is there, so don't click here on this corner. And also this south coast here, it's not Saudi Arabia, we have other countries here. And of course here we have the United Arab Emirates, and this other peninsula here is Qatar and Bahrain here, so don't click there. So yeah, just focus on clicking here on the middle. Pretty, we don't have much risk of misclicking. We don't have references, but since it's a big country, we don't need them to pinpoint our pens. We have a lot of area here to click. Okay, so let's guess. There we go. As I said, avoid clicking around here because the border it's complicated. We can't see it. We don't have much references. It's kind of diagonal here, and here on the south as well. Just focus on clicking here on the center of the Arabic Peninsula, and you're gonna get it pretty easily. And it has sub 1 second potential. Next we have Yemen. And for the flag, again, we have this very common pattern of colors of this region. We have a tri-band horizontal, and we have red on top, white in the middle, and black on the bottom. And for Yemen, just keep in mind that it's the only flag with this color pattern here that has no writing, no symbols, no coat of arms or anything. That's my main reference to it, because all the other flags of this with these colors has something like stars and writings like we saw in the Syria flag and the Iraq one. So just keep in mind that for the Yemen one we have anything but the colors. And yeah, so to click on Yemen, we're gonna focus our attention here on the south of the Arabian Peninsula, the Middle East, and yeah, just focus on clicking here on this lower section south of Saudi Arabia, and everywhere here it's gonna get to Yemen. Don't go clicking here because it's Oman. We're gonna see it next in details, but yeah, avoid clicking this section here because it's Oman. Also, this island here is the Socotra Island, which belongs to Yemen, so clicking here also counts for Yemen. So I'm gonna click here and guess. There we go. As you can see, Yemen is this whole south section here below Saudi Arabia. Like I said, Oman is here, so don't click here. They divide this, they share this south coast, so it's not the whole thing for Yemen. And yeah, we have a lot of room to work with, also the island like I said. And that's it for Yemen, so let's see Oman next. Next we have Oman. Oman flag looks like this. We have 3 stripes, white, red and green, and here on the left we also have a red stripe. This here on top is the national emblem of Oman. We have the Qajar, which is a dagger, and these 2 swords. Pretty unique flag. Sometimes we might confuse this flag with the Madagascar one because of the colors, but the Madagascar one only has two stripes and has no symbols here. So yeah, this is Oman flag, and Oman is right next to Yemen. We saw that Yemen is this lower part here of the Middle East, and Oman is basically this other part here. It's basically divided on half, kind of. So clicking around here, it's gonna get you Oman. So focusing on clicking on this upper part here. Don't go too much into here because here is United Arab Emirates. So yeah, focus on clicking up here. You can Oman also has some territory here on this tip that also counts for the country, but
yeah, you don't want to click there. It's misclick risky. So click around here and you're gonna be safe. So let's guess. See the country. Most of this portion here is Oman, and also that tiny territory here that it also counts for it. So here we have the Qatar flag, and for this flag it's a new design. We haven't seen one like this yet, but it's not actually unique because there's another flag that looks like this, which we're gonna see it next. But for the Qatar one, it's basically the white band here on the left, and for the rest of the flag we have this maroon shade here, and the colors are separated by this spiky line design here. And so just remember the maroon shade for Qatar, right? And the spikes are it has a lot of spikes compared to the other one that looks like this. The other one is red and has less spikes. So remember, Qatar is the maroon with a lot of spikes. So for clicking on the country, we're gonna focus our attention here on the Persian Gulf. So Qatar is this whole peninsula here. Just clicking everywhere here, it's gonna get you Qatar. Um, and just focus on clicking here, okay? Not on here on the left or here south, because here is Saudi Arabia, of course. And here we have another country which we're gonna see next. And yeah, just focus on clicking here on this peninsula. Not too much south here because this base is not 100% Qatar. So yeah, just focus on clicking here, maybe a couple meters on the ocean, but yeah, around this area here, not too much to the south or west. Just focus on clicking around here, okay? So let's guess. See, everywhere here is Qatar. Like I said, this south region here, this base is not 100% Qatar. We have a little bit of Saudi Arabia here. And also notice this section here, it's the border between Qatar and Bahrain. So avoid clicking around this west area of the country. So yeah, just focus on clicking around here and you will get Qatar. So now for the Bahrain flag, we have a similar design just like Qatar. As I said, for the Qatar one, we have way more spikes. As you can see, we have less spikes than the Qatar flag. And here we have the red. For Qatar, we had the maroon. So yeah, this is the Bahrain flag. Just remember, less spikes and red. So for clicking on Bahrain, again, it's the Persian Gulf. So we're gonna basically click between the Qatar Peninsula and Saudi Arabia here. You can actually see a little bit of land of the country of Bahrain. So if you click right here on the between the Qatar Peninsula and Saudi Arabia, you will get Bahrain. A couple warnings, guys. You really need to be precise here, because a couple centimeters of dislocation is gonna get you into Saudi Arabia hitbox. The ocean around the sea around here of Bahrain, it mostly counts for Saudi Arabia, so it's crucial that you either get on the land of Bahrain or really close to the coast of Bahrain. So it's important to kinda hit a perfect spot here. So I'm gonna click here and guess. There it is. We hit the land. So as I was saying, we don't have much space here between the countries. If you click around here on this water part, it's probably gonna count for Saudi Arabia because most of the hitbox is Saudi Arabia is here. Basically, just try to stay on this highlighted green area here,
And of course we have a little bit of the country here, but it's risky and it's gonna take it's gonna consume a little bit of time to try to pinpoint your cursor perfectly to hit here. So don't even try to hit it here, it's not worth it. Just go for the land. Maybe you can try to go a little bit north here, but the hitbox doesn't accept much out of the land, so you basically have to click on the land or really close of it, to it. Next we have Iran. So the Iranian flag consists of a tri-band horizontally, green, white and red, and here in the middle we have the national emblem for Iran, and we also have these inscriptions here. So very unique flag. To my cursor wasn't showing, but as I was saying, the inscriptions here in the national emblem here, the middle, and green, white, and red triband. So for clicking on Iran, it's a pretty big country. You're gonna focus our attention around here. So anywhere we click here, it's gonna get us Iran. So just focus on staying here in this middle section, kind of connecting the Middle East with the rest of Asia. So yeah, just clicking here, it's gonna get us Iran. So let's guess. See, the country is basically here in this middle section. Don't extend too much here and also not here, and you should be fine. So very big country. This is the Georgia flag. It's basically the England flag with this crosses on each rectangle. Very distinct. We can't confuse it, especially because we don't get the England flag in the All Countries mode or the UN mode. So yeah. Georgia, it's located east of the Black Sea. In this region here, we have Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, which we're gonna see next. So focus on clicking in this region here. Okay, Georgia is not that big of a country, so if you click too much to the north, you're gonna hit Russia, and too much to the south, it's already Turkey. So focus on clicking right here in this curve, this part here, and you're gonna be fine. Maybe you can use this white section here and focus on clicking below it, and you're gonna be fine. So let's guess. See that white part here that we saw from afar? Just focus on clicking below it, and this curve region here. There's a little bit to the country up here, but I recommend you to click in this middle part. So our next flag is Armenia. Armenia has 3 stripes, red, blue and yellow. You might confuse it with the South American flags of Colombia, Venezuela and Ecuador, but it's a different stripe pattern. For those flags we have yellow on top, and this we have red, blue and yellow, and it's darker shades of these colors. Okay, so for clicking in Armenia, you're gonna focus our attention here again, and the main reference is this lake right here, which belongs to Armenia. So if we click right on it, we're gonna get Armenia. We also can click kinda up here, but Armenia is not too big, so yeah, focus on clicking right on the lake. Let's guess. See, clicking right on the lake is gonna get us Armenia. We have a little bit of region to work with around here. Maybe you can click left of the lake, but make sure to click right, left. I mean, not too far from the lake, because it's not a big country, and every movement from this far is gonna move so much on the actual map. So focus on clicking on the lake or next to it, and left, not north or right, because it's Azerbaijan, which we're gonna see it next. Next we have Azerbaijan, and for the flag we have a horizontal triband with blue on the top, red on the middle, and green on the bottom. And here on the center we have the crescent moon and the 8-pointed white star here on the right of the crescent moon. So for clicking on Azerbaijan, we're going to be focusing our attention around here on this side of the Caspian Sea, which is this portion of water here. So we have this peninsula here, as you can see, this little tip coming out of the land here. So here is basically the capital of Azerbaijan, Baku. So clicking here, of course, is gonna get us Azerbaijan pretty easily. The country, it's not so big, but also not so small, so we have a little bit of extension around here. But our main focus is staying near to this region here on the peninsula. Have a little bit of coast around here, but yeah, just focus on staying here on this midsection near to the peninsula, and we're gonna be hitting Azerbaijan every time. So let's guess. There we go, we got it. We also have this lake here to help us. Of course, don't click here because this lake is Armenia. And as we can see, we have a little bit of this portion here belongs to Azerbaijan also, but it's not connected to the main region of the country. And I don't advise you guys trying to click here. Just focus on clicking here. It's the easiest and safest place to click for Azerbaijan. Next we have Kazakhstan. For the flag, it's a turquoise background. We have the golden sun here in the middle, and below the sun we have this eagle, and left we have this ornamental pattern here, which represents Kazakhstan. So very beautiful flag, and it's unique. To click Kazakhstan, it's a very big country. We're gonna focus our attention on this deserty area here. Be careful with this region here because this is Turkmenistan. The bigger portion of the country is around here, so focus on clicking on this region right here, and that's gonna get us Kazakhstan. I'm gonna guess so we can see the border more clearly and see the limits around here. We also got a little bit of the country here, so let's see. There you go. As you can see, it's a very big country. Most desert area. We also can click on this lake here, and on this upper section of this big sea. I actually don't know what this sea is called. Yeah, north of the sea, you're also gonna get us Kazakhstan, and avoid clicking down here because it's Uzbek and Turkmenistan. So there it goes, very big country, that's it. Next we have Uzbekistan, and for the flag we have horizontal bands here. We have the top one with the shade of blue, which is azure. The middle one is white, and the bottom one is green. And we have these two narrow red ones on each side of the white one. And here on the azure, we have the crescent moon and 3 rows of stars. We have 12 white 5-pointed stars here. So this is the flag for Uzbekistan. Just remember this pattern here with the azure and the crescent moon and the stars. So for clicking on the country, Uzbekistan has a nice territory. It's not as big as Kazakhstan, but we have some good references. So as we can see, we have these lakes here. So clicking between them, we're gonna get Uzbekistan pretty easily. The country doesn't have a coast here. The coast belongs to Kazakhstan. So yeah, the country basically starts around here before the lake line. But it's better to stay within here the references that we have. This lake here is also Uzbekistan. The country land kind of goes down here on a diagonal way, so around here we're gonna hit Uzbekistan, and it's I advise you guys to stay here on this line because
we don't have much extension here north or south because you're gonna hit other countries. So yeah, stay on this line here and you're gonna be safe. So let's guess here. There we go, we got it. So the lakes are a pretty good reference for us. And you have this extension here where actually the capital is located, but it's risky to click around here because we have a bunch of other countries around and we don't want to misclick. So next we have Turkmenistan, and for the flag we have the green field, and here on the left of the flag we have this carpet pattern here, pretty nice. And here we have the crescent moon with 5 stars, five pointed stars, all in white. Okay, so this is the flag for Turkmenistan. And for clicking on the country, we're gonna be focusing our attention here. So we're gonna focus on clicking around this region here that I'm placing the pins. So all of this region here is Turkmenistan territory. We actually have these green lines here that help us visualize the border on our heads. This line here actually marks the border between Turkmenistan and Afghanistan. And here on this coast here is also Turkmenistan. Don't go too much to the north because here you're gonna hit Uzbekistan or Kazakhstan. So yeah, just focusing on or staying on this line here and you will be fine. So let's guess here. There we go. As you can see, we have a pretty nice territory to work with here. We have the lake that also helps us visualize the border. And as I was saying, the lines here, the green lines here, they also marks the border for us. And that's it for Turkmenistan. Pretty nice country to click, and it's easily misclicks can be easily avoidable. So next we have Kyrgyzstan, and for the flag is the red background with this big yellow sun here in the middle with 40 rays. It symbolizes a lot of the Kyrgyzstan culture. So for clicking on the country, we're gonna focus our attention around here. You can actually see this lake here that is kind of big. So here is Kyrgyzstan. So my main reference and the one I recommend you guys to look for and click is the lake. You can click on it or south of it. Don't click north because you're gonna hit Kazakhstan. And yeah, we got a little bit more to the country around here, but I advise you to click near the lake, as I said, on the lake or south of it, and you'll be safe. Of course, don't go too much to the south because you're gonna hit China. So let's guess here. See, north of the lake is gonna be Kazakhstan. Clicking on it is safe. We have more to the country here, but of course our main reference is the lake. So I advise everyone to click on the lake or around it. Remember to click south of it and not north. Next we have Tajikistan flag. Tajikistan has 3 stripes, red, white and green, all horizontally, and this crown with 7 stars on the middle of the white stripe. And some people might confuse this with a Hungary flag, but it's very distinct because of the crown and the stars. So let's find Tajikistan on the map. So we're gonna focus our attention around this region. We just learned that Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan is this one and this down one, and we're gonna focus our attention in this end of this green area here. So Tajikistan is located right at the end of this green area. So this pin is gonna get me Tajikistan. You can also click in the beginning of this white region here. Just make sure not to go out too much because Tajikistan has a pretty weird border and it's easy to hit other countries. Uzbekistan extends around here also. Kyrgyzstan, it's kind of up here also. So yeah, don't go out of this green area too much. I'm gonna guess here and we can take a look better, but have a better look. See, the border is kind of weird. It's not the whole green area, as you can see. Some parts here, it's still Kyrgyzstan, as I said, and also the start of the that white region also counts for Tajikistan. So yeah, that's Tajikistan. So next we have the Afghanistan flag. The game uses the flag representing the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan, not the current one, which is the Taliban flag. So for this one, we're gonna have black, red, and green vertical bands, and here in the center in white we have the national emblem. So for clicking on Afghanistan, we're gonna focus our attention around here. So our main reference is below this green line here. So Afghanistan is kinda of a big country. So we just learned that Tajikistan is around here. So if we have this region here to click, so just focus on clicking below this green line here and you should be fine. As always, don't go too far. Just focus on clicking close to it, maybe in the middle. And here's already Pakistan, which we're gonna see next. And so don't go too much south here. So let's guess. See, there we go. Right below the green line here, it's Afghanistan. We got plenty of room to work with here. So this is Afghanistan.
Next we have Pakistan, and for the flag we have a more dominant dark green field, but we have this white band here on the left, and we have a big crescent moon here on the green field with a 5-pointed white star facing the crescent moon. So here's the flag for Pakistan, and for clicking on the country we're going to be focusing our attention here. So we have this Y-shaped coast here. This is basically coast of Pakistan, and the country extends way more here into the continent. So basically a diagonal line here. This lake belongs to Pakistan, so clicking on the lake also will count for it. Unlike this lake here, because this lake it's Indian territory, so don't click on this lake here. This lake is, you can click on it, but it's basically right next to the border, so I wouldn't advise you to focusing on click here, because it's easy to miss on while flicking. So we usually focus on click on the middle of the territory here, right on this Y-shaped coast here, and following this diagonal line here. Okay, so I'm gonna click here and guess. There we go. So yeah, the Y-shaped coast is Pakistan, and we have a little bit of the desert area, and also the green line here also counts for Pakistan. Of course, we have a more extension here, but it can be risky to focus on clicking here, because it's easy to misclick around it. So my advice is focusing on click near to the Y-shaped coast here. Okay. Next we have India, and for the flag we have a horizontal triband with orange, white, and green. And here on the center we have the symbol that is the Ashoka chakra. So this is the flag for India. For clicking on India, it's a big country, the most populous country in the world. So basically it's all of this triangle here, kind of. We're gonna click here on this middle, and yeah, everywhere here is India. Of course, don't go around here because it's Pakistan. Here we have the Himalaya, but we have a lot of countries around here, so I don't advise you guys to click around the Himalaya. to avoid misclicking. And we have a little bit of territory here for India around here, but I also don't recommend clicking around here. Just click here on the big portion of land. Can be done under 1 second. And yeah, so let's guess here. There it is. So as I said, we have a little bit of the country here, but we have the Himalaya with that shares other countries, and that portion of land also here, but it's not good to click around here. Just click on the big portion of land. Next we have Sri Lanka, and for the flag we have this unique flag. The flag is surrounded by a golden border, and here we actually have a splitting also in golden, and on the left side of the splitting we have a double vertical band with teal and orange, and here on the right side of the splitting we have the maroon field, and here in the center of the field we have a lion holding the kastana sword, and here on each side of the field we have these leaves here. So this is the flag of Sri Lanka. No other flag that looks like this, so we can't mix it. So Sri Lanka is basically this big island here south of India, pretty close to India. So anywhere here on this island, it's gonna count for Sri Lanka. We also have a little bit of hitbox here on the ocean around it. So yeah, it's simple as that. Of course, don't click here on the ocean between Sri Lanka and India because you might hit Indian hitbox. So just focus on clicking on the island, or maybe around on the ocean, but south of it. Okay, so let's guess here. There we go, we hit it. So basically all the island and also a little bit of hitbox around on the ocean. Next we have Bangladesh. Bangladesh flag is basically the Japan flag, but with the green background instead of white. The circle is also red. But fun fact, I don't know if you noticed, but the circle, it's not perfectly centered. It's a little bit dislocated to the left. We got more space in this area here than here. So yeah, it's not perfectly centered, but of course the main difference is the green black background. So to click on Bangladesh, we just saw India, and we're gonna focus our attention here. We can see that there is a river and stuff, this very brittle part here. So just click here, it's the safest place to guess for Bangladesh. So let's guess. See the brittle, very brittle region. We also have a little bit of room here, down here, and yeah. As you can see, it's not the entire brittle region. Here it's still India. So focus on clicking near the river, on the river, and near it, and not too much to the north because it's not that big of a country. So next we have Maldives, and for the flag we have this, let's say it's a red background with a green not triangle, rectangle on the middle, and the moon facing the right here. And it's very easy to mix this flag with the Mauritanian flag, which also has this green rectangle on the middle and also the moon. But for Mauritania, we don't have the red going all around. We just have it for the up and bottom part. The the rectangle extends end to end of the flag there, and the moon is facing up, not unlike this case here. So just remember this: for the Maldives one, it's red all around, the green rectangle in the middle, and the moon facing the right of the flag. So to click on Maldives, it's a bunch of islands, but we don't need zooming for that.
So we're just gonna focus our attention here south of India, specifically in this region here opposing Sri Lanka. So if we click here, we're gonna get a pin, and this pin is gonna get us Maldives. So we have some nice extension here of the country, is pretty vertically, let's say. Um, so yeah, focus on clicking here. Don't go too much south because we're gonna see it next. We have some other country here. So let's guess here. And there you go, a bunch of islands close to India. Of course, don't get too close to India to not risking hitting it. So that's it for Maldives. Next, we have the British Indian Ocean Territory. So here's the flag. We got the UK flag on the upper left corner as usual. Of all of these British overseas territories have this UK flag here. And in the background we have this depiction of waves. We got a palm tree over here and a crown. So very unique flag. There is no other like this with this wavy background. So that's it for the flag. And now to click, it's just basically south of Maldives that we just saw. So we're gonna focus our attention on this square here. You see the grid lines. Focus on the south of the square. I mean south of Maldives and kind of north up left corner here of the square. So this pin is gonna get us the British Indian Ocean Territory. Like I said on the Maldives previously, we kind of have to click near India to get it, but for this one, we actually don't need to go into the same line. We kind of have to lean kind of more towards the left of the square here. So let's guess. There you go. As you can see, it's not a straight line from Maldives. It leans a little bit more towards the left. So that's why we don't need to click too much close to India in this case. So that's it for the British Indian Territory. Next we have Nepal flag, which is the most unique flag in the world because it's not shaped like a regular flag. It's not even a square or rectangle. It's this kind of two triangles on top of each other. So yeah, I wouldn't have to explain the flag more because the shape itself it's what makes it identifiable. But as most countries in this region, we have the moon and stars, and we have this blue outline and red background. So let's identify Nepal. So here's India, of course, and here we have the Himalayan, of course, and our focus is clicking south of the Himalayan here, not too much to the south because it's already India. So in this mid section here, we actually have this darker green line, which we can use also to help us. So yeah, clicking right here, it's gonna get us Nepal. Again, don't click north of the Himalaya because it's gonna be China. Okay, and not much here because kinda here it's still India and here is Bhutan, and up here it's not Nepal anymore. So yeah, focus on clicking in this mid region here. We have again this dark green line to help us. So click between the line and the Himalaya, and it's gonna get us Nepal. Let's guess. There we go. Yeah, actually my pin was kinda towards west of the country. We had a little more to work with here. So yeah, that's Nepal. So next we have Bhutan. And for the flag of Bhutan, we have a diagonal division here from the bottom left corner to the upper right one. So the upper triangle here is yellow and the lower one is orange.
And here on the middle we have this big white dragon holding this four jewels on each claw. So pretty nice and unique flag for Bhutan. For clicking on Bhutan, it's not a big country, it's actually kind of small, but we're gonna focus our attention here. So we have the Himalaya here, we just learned how to click Nepal, but as you can see we have this dark green region here uh, among the mountains here. As you can see, we still have the Himalaya going all the way to here, and we have the dark green region. So it's basically this region here is Bhutan. So if you click there, you're gonna get it pretty easily. Just focus on clicking on the dark green region. Don't go north or south of it because you're gonna hit China or Bangladesh, or maybe even India here. Okay, so just focus on clicking here on this darker region and you're gonna get Bhutan. So let's click here and guess. There we go, we hit it pretty easily. It's a small country, but the reference is pretty good. We have no difficulties of hitting it, and as I said, north of the country is China, and south here it's India. Okay, so this region here is India, and way south is Bangladesh. So we don't have a lot of room north or south of the country. So yeah, just focus on clicking on that dark green region and you get Bhutan. So next we have Myanmar, and for the flag we have a horizontal triband with yellow, green and red, and a big 5-pointed white star here on the middle. Okay, so for clicking on Myanmar, we're going to be focusing our attention on this region here. Myanmar has a pretty nice territory, so we have some room to work with here. So basically, as you can see, we have this white section here. Clicking here is gonna get us Myanmar. The country territory extends until here, kinda, and also this coastal line here also belongs to Myanmar. Be careful when clicking here because here it's still Bangladesh territory. Okay, and also we have more territory around here, but it could be risky to misclick on the other countries here. And also we have like an extension of the territory here on this leg, but not until not all the way, because we have other countries here that we're gonna see. Okay, so the better spot to click would be here around the middle, okay, on this white section here, okay. But you can also click here on this south coast. It's also pretty safe to click. So let's guess here. There we go, we got it. So as I said, we have a little bit of extension here on the to the north, and be careful when clicking this coast because we still have some Bangladesh territory here. And that leg, as I was saying, we have some extension here, but it's not all Myanmar. We have Thailand here and then Malaysia after. So yeah, just focus on clicking on this mid region here. It's the safest region to click. Next we have Laos, and for the flag we have a horizontal triband of red, blue and red again, with the blue one being more thick, and here on the center we have a white circle. So for clicking on Laos, the territory of Laos looks like a palm tree. You guys gonna see when we click, but yeah, it kind of does reminds us of a palm tree. And we have those dark green shades here on this extension that actually kind of draws the borders of the country for us, but not entirely. Don't trust the dark green 100% here, because on this side here is Vietnam coast, Laos actually has no coast, so if you click here, you're gonna hit Vietnam. So yeah, this basically here is the log of the palm tree, basically, let's say. And here is we have the leaves. So yeah, we have a bigger portion of territory here, so it's the for me it's the safest place to click. We can actually see it's kind of hard to visualize, but we have a little bit of lighter green areas here inside the dark green shade. So we have this one and one a little bit here. So if you click here, it's gonna count for Laos. It's still Laos territory. It can help you. But yeah, just focus on staying on this region here of the dark green, not here because here is Myanmar. So yeah, let's click here and guess, and you guys will see the palm tree. There you go. Well, for me at least, it looks like a palm tree. We have the log here and the leaves. And like I said, the we can actually see the light green a little bit here, and here is that dark green shade. And so the dark green, it's not 100%, it's not perfectly drawing the territory, so don't trust it 100%. So it's best to click around this cluster area here of dark green. Next we have Vietnam. Vietnam flag is basically a red background with this big yellow star in the middle. Not to be confused with China. China is also the red background with yellow stars, but China, the stars are here in the upper left corner, and Vietnam is just one big star in the middle. So to click Vietnam, we're gonna focus our attention around this region here. It's basically all of this coast is Vietnam. The capital, Hanoi, is around here. So we got plenty of space to click around this region here of the curve. We're gonna hit Vietnam, and also all around this coast here, we're gonna hit Vietnam. I don't recommend clicking around here because the territory is kind of thin, let's say, because right here we got Laos, but clicking here in the capital region is safe, and also down here as well is a great place to click. So it's gonna be based on whatever you feel comfortable with. Maybe your flicks are gonna hit better here or here. So yeah, let's guess here. See, we have the capital region here. We got more space, but here we got a very generous coast and a little bit to work with. And like I said, this region here is not too big, so I don't advise you clicking around here because you might misclick in Laos. Next we have Thailand. So Thailand has it's just a stripe flag, no symbols or anything. So red, white, this big dark purple, or maybe blue, I don't know. And then white and red again. So let's identify Thailand. So we're gonna focus our attention around here. Our main section of the country is this clear area. We can see that we have darker green here. So let's focus on this lighter green area, green region. It's the safest place to click for Thailand. We also have some extension of the country here, but it's not too much, and Myanmar still has some territory west of this coast here. So the safest place is clicking here, and I would advise clicking the souther the better, because here is already Laos and we don't want to hit that. So let's guess. As you can see, that country extension that I was speaking of, down here is a full Thailand, both coasts, but just avoid clicking down here, not to misclick Myanmar or Malaysia, and also not too much north. We can see the country has some extension here, but it has some Laos tip.
So yeah, focus on clicking on the clear, the lighter green region, and kind of near the coast. So this is the Cambodian flag. Cambodian has three stripes, blue, red, and blue again, very vibrant. And here in the middle we have a depiction of the Angkor Wat, which is a temple we have in Cambodia. Very important point. So let's identify Cambodia. We're going to focus our attention here. We previously saw Vietnam and Laos. So basically we're going to avoid clicking this region, these regions that we just saw. Also Thailand, we're going to avoid. Just focusing here in this center. We have this lake here to help us. So yeah, the country is not too big, so avoid clicking up here or south of here because the coast doesn't extend to here because here is Vietnam. So let's guess. As you can see, we have some space to work with, but just click on the lake or maybe around it, not too far from it, and you should be fine. Next up, we have Malaysia flag. Malaysia flag kind of reminds us of US flag, as we all know, but instead of the stars, it has this big moon and this big star here in gold. So yeah, very unique. Maybe you can confuse it with US or Liberia flag, but the very distinct characteristic is the moon and the golden big star. So let's see where Malaysia is. So we just saw Thailand, and Malaysia is right after Thailand in this tail here. We also have this upper region here. We can click. It's also Malaysia. So yeah, clicking here, around here, it's gonna get you Malaysia. Also this north coast here. Just be aware of clicking around this region here, especially on the coast, because here is another country that we're gonna see it later. So yeah, avoid clicking here. Most people click in this region here, which is where the capital is and stuff. Don't go too much to the north because it's still Thailand, and also avoid clicking down here because it's Singapore. It's kind of hard to hit Singapore, but it's possible, and don't just avoid it to not get any risky guesses. So yeah, clicking in this region and also around here, it's gonna get you Malaysia, so I'm gonna guess here, finish your guess. So yeah, we got it. Like I said, here is Brunei country, so avoid clicking here to not get any misclicks. And also this region here is still Indonesia, so don't click here. And as I said, Singapore down here, don't click here to not get a misclick. And don't go to north because you're gonna hit Thailand. So now we have Indonesia flag. So Indonesia flag is part of that trio, Poland, Monaco, and Indonesia flags that we it's kinda easy to mix, but Poland is the one that's most unique because it's the only one with the white on top. But for Indonesia and Monaco, we have red on top and white on the bottom. For Indonesia, we have a regular size flag. Monaco flag is shorter. It's has less width, and the red here for Indonesia is much more vibrant. Monaco red is darker, so that's the main differences. The red shade in the measures. Indonesia has this normal size flag as the other ones. So for Indonesia, it's actually a big country. All of these islands here is Indonesia. This is Sumatra. Here is Sumatra Island, Java Islands. I don't know the names of the other ones, but yeah. You can click here for in Sumatra, here in Java, also south of this island here, because north is Malaysia and Brunei. So you can click everywhere here. Just don't click at this end tail here because it's another country that we're gonna see it later. So yeah, focus on clicking around here and all of this extension here, except for the end here, and also south of this island here. Okay. Uh, Avoid clicking around here in the ocean. It's clickable, but it's not gonna get you Indonesia. It's gonna get Christmas Islands, which we're gonna see on the Oceania video. So yeah, clicking here is the safest guess, and that's it. So let's guess. See, we also have more territory here. I forgot to mention. Um, Until the dividing this island here with Papua New Guinea. So yeah, pretty extent country. As you can see, this end here is Timor, so don't click here for Indonesia. We have plenty of space here to click. So yeah, that's it for Indonesia.
Next we have Singapore, and for the flag, it kind of reminds us of the Indonesian flag, but here we have the crescent moon and 5 stars, so that's what make them completely different. So if you see this pattern here with the red, the bicolor bands with red and white on top, and the moon with the 5 stars, no, it's Singapore and not Indonesia and any other country. Okay. So Indonesia is a tiny country here at the end tail of this territory of Malaysia. So it's I'm not gonna say it's risky to try to no zoom it, but you have to be really precise, okay? And all you have to do is click on the end of this tail here of Malaysian territory, and the country's hitbox is just its land, because we actually have a lot of tiny islands here around that belongs to Indonesia. So if you click a little bit of Singapore's land, it's gonna count for Indonesia hitbox. So it's not hard to misclick here, guys. I usually, when I get Singapore and around, I usually hit it better when and try to flick and I'm fast and just guess. But thinking about it too much, trying to line it up, it kind of, for me at least, kind of makes it harder. So I'm gonna place a pin here, and if I guess and it's not right, then it doesn't matter. But basically, the process of clicking on it, you kind of have to cover this with the center of your cursor. You kind of have to cover the tip of Malaysia here. It might look like you're gonna hit Malaysia, but you won't. Not, of course, not if you do the right procedure. And I'm gonna try here, guys. So if I miss, it's doesn't matter, because all we have to do. I explained the process that we need to do, and I said it's kind of risky. It's not 100% sure, but it's possible. So let's try here. Oh no, and we got it. Let's go. So like I said, we have a bunch of islands here. All of those islands here, it belongs to Indonesia. So if my pin were to hit here, it would count for Indonesia, and a little bit north, it's already would be Malaysia. So yeah, all you have to do is basically cover this tip of Malaysia. It might look like you're gonna hit Malaysia, but no, you're actually placing here on Singapore. Singapore is just basically the city here. We have a little bit of the country to the north here, but not too much. And yeah, for zooming, if you don't want to risk the no zoom, just zoom here on the tip of Malaysia, the end of this tail here, and you're gonna notice we have this river here, kind of. I don't know if it's actually called a river, well, but you're gonna see this island split from the mainland here, and just click anywhere on this island here, and you're gonna get Singapore. Next we have East Timor, and for the flag we have the red field, and here on the left we have a yellow triangle, and inside of the yellow triangle we have another triangle but in black, and inside of the black triangle we have the white star here, 5-pointed white star, and it's kinda crooked to the left. So this is the flag for East Timor, and the country is basically this end here of Indonesia. So Indonesia is all of this here except for this end here on this island. So clicking here, it's gonna get us East Timor, nice and easy. Couple warning guys, as you can see we have all of some islands around this, around the country, and it's all Indonesia. So don't click around here, north or east of the country, and of course not west here, because it's Indonesia. So East Timor is just this portion of land here, and we have a little bit of hitbox on the ocean here. So clicking around here, it's also gonna count for East Timor. So focus on clicking either on the land east of this island here, or a little bit below here on the ocean. Okay, don't click above or east of this land. So let's guess here. There we go. See, it's split, the island is basically split in two here. So this portion here is East Timor, and yeah, don't click around on these islands to not hit Indonesia. Next we have Brunei. So for the flag, it's a pretty unique one. We have the yellow field here on the center. We have the emblem of Brunei, and here diagonally we have two stripes, a white and black one. Okay, so that's it for the flag. Pretty easy to recognize. So Brunei is not a big country, and it's kinda tricky to click. We're gonna focus our attention on this section here of the Borneo Island, which is this big one. We just learned that we have Indonesia here and Malaysia here on the north coast, but we have Brunei also on this island. So as you can see, we have a burrito region here, and these line of coast here is Brunei. You need to be very careful to click here because we don't have a lot of room. It's pretty easy to hit Malaysia because Brunei has two unconnected areas of the country. So it's completely surrounded by Malaysia, but it has a coast, and it has the two unconnected areas. So we click on this one here that is biggest and the easiest one. So just focus on clicking near the coast, because from this zoom right here, every move we make makes a lot of difference on the actual map. I zoomed here by accident, guys. I didn't mean to zoom. So I'm gonna try to reestablish the standard one. There we go. So focus on clicking near the coast here on this region here that is brittle. Okay, so we have this kind of gulf here, let's say. I don't know if it's a gulf or not, but yeah, just click around here near the coast, and I'm gonna guess here so we can see exactly what we're dealing with, and every tip that it's gonna be useful for us. So I'm gonna guess here. See, as I said, we have the two unconnected areas, this first big one here and this second. Okay, oh, it's a bay actually, not a gulf, it's a bay. So from the standard zoom we can actually see the bay and the coastal line here. As we can see, the start of the coastal of the coast here on the left, it's still Malaysia. We have the border right here, so avoid clicking on the start of the coast, and it goes until the end of the bay. So as I was saying, uh, it's crucial that you guys focus on clicking near the coast, because as I said, every move we make, every tiny move we make with our cursor on the standard zoom with 75%, it makes a big difference on the actual map. So if you might think you're hitting the country maybe south here, but you're might actually already be on Malaysia territory. So it's very important to keep on your mind clicking near the coast. Okay, guys, and not too much around here because this is also Malaysian territory. So just get into a local game by yourself and practice and learn uh, where are the regions that you can click. I had some difficulties clicking on Brunei on the past, but now I'm getting better, and it's just a matter of practice, guys. It's really important to practice this. There's no need to zoom. You can do without zooming if you play, of course, on the 75%. Um, I mean, if you play on 75%, you don't need to move or zoom. If you don't play on 75%, you might have to move your screen. Um, so that's it for Bruni, guys. It's just a matter of practice a lot and learn uh, by your mistakes where you can click or not. Next, we have Philippines, and for the flag, we have a white triangle here on the left. The rest of the flag is composed by two horizontal bands with blue on top and red here on the bottom. And here on the within the white triangle, we have three 5-pointed yellow stars on each tip of the triangle here. And on the center of the triangle, we have a big yellow sun with 8 rays. So just remember this pattern here with the yellow sun and stars on the white triangle, and you're gonna be able to recognize it right away, the flag for Philippines. So Philippines is all of these islands here. So clicking everywhere is gonna get us Philippines pretty easily. We also this extension here is still Philippines. You can see we have some smaller islands around here. They also belong to Philippines, so clicking here on them is gonna count for the country. Those islands here on the south, they belong to Indonesia. So if you click here, you're gonna get Indonesia and not Philippines. We also have some other islands here to the north that belongs to Philippines as well. So clicking around here, it's gonna get you Philippines. But as always, it's better to click here on the main section of the country. Of course, you can click between the islands on the water region. It's still fine. So let's guess here. There we go, we got it. So big country, not much risk of misclicking. You can hit a quick flick here and get an easy full score. So here we have the Mongolia flag. Mongolia flag consists of a vertical triband of red, blue, and red again. And here on the left red band we have the Soyobo symbol, which is very common on Mongolia. So very unique flag, this color pattern and the symbol as well. So let's learn how to click on Mongolia. Mongolia is a big country between China and Russia. Our attention is going to be focused around here, okay? So most part of the country is on this deserty area here, north of China. Okay, so we have plenty of room to work with here. Just a little warnings. These lakes here still counts for Mongolia, so clicking here it's also safe.
but this one here is already belongs to Russia. It's Russian territory, and this one here on the right is China. So don't click on those here, and also not this one. This one here is to Mongolia, so you can click here, and also these ones here around them. But the safest guess is clicking here on the middle bit between the green region and the desert area. So let's guess here. As you can see, we clicked near the capital, and as I said, this big lake up here is Russia. This one on the right is it's China, and these here are safe to click. Also this one for Mongolia. Of course, don't go too much north of them because it's Russia, as you can see. So this is Mongolia. So next we have China, and for the flag we have the red field, and here on the upper left corner we have the big golden star, and right off the star we have this arch of 4 stars also in gold. And for clicking on China, it's the third biggest country in the world, and we have a lot of regions we can click. I'm not gonna detail each of them, but the main section that we click is around here. So everywhere here it's China, okay. We have a little bit of the country up here and maybe up here. We're gonna see it more clearly when we guess. And also, of course, here is Himalaya, and it kind of marks the border between China and Nepal, India, and stuff. So yeah, just click, focus on clicking north of the Himalaya here. And yeah, of course, we need to be cautious with this region here because we have Hong Kong and Macau. They're pretty small compared to China, but I need to warn you guys about them, so you don't click here on the coast and get a misclick when you get China. And yeah, pretty big country, third biggest on the world. So let's guess. There we go. So as we can see, we can see the border more clearly. As we learned, Mongolia is here, so I don't advise you guys to click on the deserty area here. Okay, just focus on clicking near this region here of this big valley, let's say, and you guys will be fine. Of course, we have the Koreas here, so don't click on this region because you're not getting China. And yeah, next we have Taiwan. Some people confuse this flag with the Samoa flag because it has the same red background and the blue rectangle here. But what differentiates it, it's the star here, and also the red on Samoa flag is darker, and Taiwan has this much more vibrant red, just like Indonesia. And yeah, for Taiwan we have this big white star here in the middle of the blue rectangle, and this is Taiwan flag. So let's see where Taiwan is. Taiwan is simply this island here east of China. Click here and you will find everywhere here counts for Taiwan. Of course, don't go too much far from it. See, like I'm clicking here and I'm getting no pin, so it's not counting for it anymore. And avoid clicking here in the middle because you might hit China. Okay, so let's guess. See, there we go. So next we have the Hong Kong flag. Red background with this big white flower in the middle. Very unique. We don't have a flag looking like this with this big flower. So yeah, red background and the big white flower. So Hong Kong is basically a city, and you might think we need zooming, but we actually don't. So focus on the south part here of China, where we have this breaking points here in the coast. where the ocean kind of goes into the country. Um, if you click here on the ocean, you're gonna get a pin, and this pin is gonna get us Hong Kong. Just a few warnings: if you go much to the left here, this pin here is already gonna count for China, so don't click left. Clicking kind of right here, far from this main section here, actually counts for Hong Kong. So left is a problem and right is kind of safe. So if we guess here, we're gonna get Hong Kong. See, if I went much to the left here, it wouldn't count for it. So we click kind of right, and it still counted. But yeah, click middle to right. Okay, and for pinpointing, yeah, just zoom in this region and find this kind of pattern here. Here we have ocean, some big ocean invasion. Let's say, and just look to this part of land here. You're gonna see the big city and whatever. So that's Hong Kong, and can be easily done under 2 seconds. It has a very generous hitbox, unlike the next one, which is Macau, and let's learn that. So now for Macau, the flag, we have the green field here. Here we have the lotus flower. Below the lotus flower, this line here actually is representing a famous bridge there, the Governor Nobre de Carvalho Bridge. Yes, it's a Portuguese name because Macau was a colony of Portugal. And here these lines represent the water underneath the bridge. And here we have a star arch with 5 stars, with the middle one being larger than the others. So yeah, this is the flag for Macau, very unique one. So like I said previously, we don't have much of a hitbox. We can't use the ocean like we used for Hong Kong. So it's on the same region here. So we're gonna focus our attention here on this bay. Okay, the same part here for Hong Kong. Yes, we can do it without zooming, but it's really difficult. We're gonna take some time here to align our cursor. So we can use this horizontal grid line here to kinda help us. So all we have to do is basically hit the left of the bay here. So Hong Kong was kinda here, so Macau is around here. I'm actually not sure if the pin will get us Macau. It's kinda 50-50. You either will get it or not, because you can't know for sure from this standard zoom here. So yeah, but the process is basically this. You kinda have to invade the coast here. If you click here on the ocean, you're not gonna get Macau, because here it's gonna count for China. So you kinda have to invade a little bit of the coast here and click here on the left portion of the bay here. I'm not gonna guess because I want to show you guys how to locate it by zooming, because I think it's the best way to hit it is by zooming. If you're playing with only one life or two, it's gonna be hard and you're probably gonna miss it, but it's worth a try. Okay, it's worth a try. If you practice, you can hit it every time, but it's a little bit time consuming. You have to line your cursor perfectly. So I'm gonna zoom here on the region, and let's see how to identify it. So yeah, the pin was not gonna get me Macau. It's gonna get me China, because Macau is just this portion here. Okay, So beyond this line here, it's gonna be already China. So everything around here is China. Macau is just this portion of land here. And we have a little bit of a hitbox around here as well. Uh, so yeah, but even with a little bit of a hitbox here, it's still hard, but it's the same process. You might think, oh, so since we have a little bit of hitbox here, why not hit the middle of the bay here? But it's still kind of hard to tell because all of these little islands here and around here doesn't count for Macau, and it's his to hit them. These islands here count for China, and here is Hong Kong. So yeah, even with a little bit of hitbox here, it's still hard, and it's still the same process trying to hit the left of the bay here and on the tip here of the coast, because if you hit here, it's gonna be China. So yeah, if you wanna get Macau right, we have to place the pin here or either here. Everywhere on this portion of land counts for Macau. We have a lot of bridges here connecting those parts and also to Hong Kong here. So clicking around here is also gonna get you Macau. So yeah, I'm gonna guess here. There we go, we got it. As I said, the part highlighted on green is Macau, all around here is China, and here is Hong Kong. And since we have this bridge here, we have a little bit of hitbox for Macau. So yeah, I recommend zooming for clicking on it. Of course, you don't need to zoom all the way. You just need to see a little bit of this portion here, and you can already get a safe pin around here. But if you want to try to no zoom it, it's possible, but it's risky. Next, we have North Korea. North Korea flag is pretty simple, blue on top. We have these tiny, very thin white stripes, a big red stripe in the middle, and this star here kind of dislocated to the left, not center. So yeah, this is the flag of North Korea, and let's identify it on the map. So here's the two Koreas, North and South, and for North Korea, focus on this tip here, which kind of marks the border between the two of them. The border is here, around here, so don't click south of this tip. And we also have a little bit of the country up here. Okay, so focus on clicking here in this middle region, not too much to the north because it's already China, and not south of this tip here because it's already South Korea. So let's guess. See, we basically hit the middle. We have plenty more here to the north, and here, as I said, the tip, it's to the country, and right below the tip is already the border in South Korea. So yeah, focus clicking maybe on the tip and kind of north of it, not too much, and you will be safe. Next we have South Korea, and for the flag we have the white field, and here on the center we have the famous South Korean symbol that I'm not gonna risk pronouncing it, but basically is the same design as the yin yang circle, but instead of black and white we have red and blue and no dots. It's just simple the plain colors, and the symbol is surrounded by 4 trigrams. So for clicking on South Korea, we just learned that this tip here, this peak, kind of marks the border between North and South Korea. So around here is the border. So our focus is clicking south of it. So here it's gonna get us South Korea pretty easily. This island here also counts for South Korea. It's still South Korea territory. But this one here, we can see it's a smaller one. This one here counts for Japan. It's Japan territory. So don't click here if you want to hit South Korea. So yeah, below this line here, everywhere is South Korea, and also on this island. So let's guess.
There we go, we got it. The island here is not highlighted on green, but yes, it counted, it worked. And yeah, the border here below the tip, and yeah. So the last country of the Asia section is gonna be Japan. So for the flag, we have the white field with the red circle here on the center, one of the most known flags in the world. So for clicking on Japan, it's basically all of this land here, this piece of land, and the hitbox actually it goes beyond what we can see. It's not just this piece of land here. A couple warnings, guys. This island here, it's Russian territory, so don't click here for Japan. And also we have some islands here, and they also belong to Russia, except this closest one here to Japan. This island here belongs to Japan, but these others here is gonna count for Russia. But as I was saying, we have more to the hitbox beyond what we can see here, because we have a lot of islands around here. They all count to Japan for Japan until here near to Taiwan. So all of these pins here, it's gonna count for Japan because it's all islands here. So yeah, we have a big hitbox, actually way more than we can see. We have this island here between South Korea and Japan. It counts for Japan. So yeah, but we usually click around here on the land. But if you flick and maybe you stop around here, there's no need to correct your movement and go up. You can place a pin here for guessing on Japan. So yeah, we have a pretty nice hitbox. So let's guess here. There we go, we got it. The islands here are not highlighted, but yes, they all count for Japan. Also here, these islands also, so you can hit below here. And this first one is still Japan, like I said, but the others are Russia. Okay, so that's it, guys, for Japan and for the Asia section. Hope you guys got some new knowledge into your heads. And yeah, don't forget to check the other sections, the other continents, to also learn how to click on every single country.